Hey everybody, so got in my possession here a set of the Shimano ST-EF41 shift brake lever combos, which basically what we're going to do is dissect these. I've had a lot of requests for how service on these, and I did a video a while back on if they were even serviceable, and it was a bike that it had just come in, and the repair wasn't anything to do with the shifter, so I didn't want to get into them and disassemble them too far. But this particular set here, they were basically just rescued these out of the trash because they were this spring here looks like it's come uncoiled on the front shifter there. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do first is just get these cables out of here, and then we'll just start tearing them apart, see if we can get them apart and get them back together and see how they work. Alrighty, so got the front apart. Didn't really it's kind of an explosive experiment there, but anyway, learned a few things, so I'll go ahead and just do the same here to the rear shifter. Before we get too far along, we want to go ahead and take all the there's no adjusting barrel there, but you'll want to take the little lever adjuster screw out here. Okay. So first we want to just remove this. There's this little plastic cap here. The easiest way I found to do is just to take a little screwdriver, and it's kind of got a little wedge, kind of a cone shaped thing. So pop that out. So at this point you got this, there's a little nut there. I don't know what size. I tried a 5mm and a 6mm, and it's in between, so it may be a 5.5, but I found that this 7/32 socket works pretty well there. So so yeah, that's kind of what I've discovered on this thing, is that you got to be careful because it'll kind of explodes as you're taking it apart there. So it looks like that spring, there's a little nook right here on this piece that spring engages into. And it looks like on the front shifter that's what it come off, so I'm not sure how that, looks like I can clock it in there just like so. I don't know exactly where this, like maybe right about here. Oh no, probably right there. There's a little, so we've got that piece there with the hook end of this spring. It's going to hook onto that. There's a little slot there, and then that little end there goes in just like so. To see where we would wind. It looks like you got this little tab here, and then there's a wider tab there that are going to line up with the you got the narrow end there, and then the wider gap there. So yeah, it keeps. I don't know. That's how that part goes together. I don't know how easily that would actually be. Yeah, I don't know. So Anyway, that's our start. This piece is one, it's kind of, it's one to push up there. I think there's a little coil spring underneath there. We'll just lift this up. Okay, so this was, set that aside for a minute. And I think this is really the weakness on this thing. So yeah, that sits in there. There's our little, that compresses. Basically, we've got plastic lever. It's 100% plastic, and you've got a spring. It's kind of like a little clip, like you would find on a free hub body, like a 3-prong free hub body. So this thing, the way this works, the spring just pushes down on the pawl, and that's what pushes it outwards. So you can see as I push it, the spring kind of pushes down on that. You know, that this would probably be what I would expect to fail on this, would be, you know, on the front one, that spring there came undone, which I think that could have been somewhat of an easy fix. But if for whatever reason one of these pawls, that's just it's a plastic pawl, a plastic pawl, plastic body, and then it's engaging into a plastic ratchet ring, and then this piece here, you know, there's a spring in there as well, but you know, that engages into another piece down inside of there. So I would think if you were to disassemble these and get to the actual parts that it's maybe not working, I would suspect it probably would be this thing. You know, if that's the case, you got into this and found this. See if we can get this spring off. The last one I went shot off somewhere, and I don't know where it ended up. There we go. There's our little spring. So what's going to happen with these, you're only going to get so many shifts, and then, you know, that spring basically rests up against this plastic piece there. So after so much pivoting, it's just going to wear through, and it's going to quit working. And you know, so there's nothing really you can do at that point other than replace it. So that engages into that little piece there. I don't know, I can't remember how that piece went into that. I have no idea. Okay, so from here we can, looks like we can slide that shaft out. I don't know if this will come out yet. It doesn't look like it. But what we have to do here now, we can get into it further by taking this cover here off. That's where the gear indicator lines up. Pull that off. And whoop, that just broke loose there, popped out of there. That's our release lever. Another spring. Cover, little gear indicator needle. So yeah, man, it's just it's a lot of plastic. You know, I see this thing, something in here breaking well before any of this either gums up or, you know, that's just kind of it's kind of the nature of the beast on this. This part's metal, the little springs are metal, the screws are metal, and that's it. This shaft. Everything else, all the actual parts that are going to do shifting, holding the cable into place, it's all just plastic. That's, you know, that's going to be something that wears out over time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not even going to attempt to try to put this back together. But yeah, that's my conclusion on this. Not serviceable. You know, unless it's something real minor like the initial spring, you know, that hooks onto this piece came undone or something, or, you know, I don't know. You're not gonna be able to get parts for it if you break one of these plastic paws. I think you know, that breaks, you're done. Any of this stuff breaks, you're done. So yeah, I'm gonna put a link to the ST-EF51 shifter. You know, I wouldn't even, you know, I'd say the most economical way would be to just use the brake lever, put some cheap grip shifters on there. But I mean, even that's pretty, I don't know, I wouldn't even want to use that for a brake lever. It's pretty chintzy. But yeah, there we go. Pulled it apart, and that's what's inside. You know, if you feel like you just need to pull one apart and make it work again and put it back together, good luck. It'd be so much easier just to buy another shifter for 15 to 20 bucks or so, however much, or maybe 25 max for a set of the EF51s. Anyway, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's what it looks like inside there. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.